G'day everyone! Here at Arcooda, we're proud to have released the Game Wizard for Android, a multi-platform arcade machine that delivers endless gaming options. In this video, you'll receive an overview of what you can do with your upright cabinet, including installing Android games and how to plug and play PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, PC, and JAMMA arcade game boards. With the Game Wizard for Android, all of these things are super easy. So to get started, you just need to power the machine on. The Game Wizard for Android runs an Android OS with 2GB of RAM and 16GB of internal storage, and a 64GB microSD card is included for expanded storage space. The Android OS is a clean slate for you to install the apps that you want. Before you can install an app, you need to connect to the internet. Simply press the Display Apps button and choose Settings. Select Wi-Fi. Choose your router from the list and enter your Wi-Fi password. Once you're connected to the net, you need to sign into your Google account. Press the Home button on the arcade machine, followed by the Display Apps button on the screen. Choose and open Google Play, and you'll be prompted to sign in. Fill in your account info and sign in. Or, if you don't have a Google account, create one by following the screen prompts. Once you're logged in, you can search for and install apps from the Play Store. The machine comes with no apps pre-installed. So, when you want to install an app, you can browse and select one from the Play Store, such as Fruit Ninja. You just go into its information screen and start installation by tapping the Install button. And it's as easy as that to add an app. Once it is installed, you can open and play the app. This app is a touchscreen game, so you can play it with your fingers. So using the machine software is very similar to using your Android phone or tablet. When you're ready to exit the app, you can jump back to the main menu by pressing the Home button. And you can use the touchscreen or the joystick and buttons to choose another app. And you can install more games in the same way. So you can see that the machine really lets you customize it with the games you want to play. Now, if you want to play some arcade-style games with the arcade controls, you can open a game like Metal Slug X, which we've installed earlier. And you can switch seamlessly between using the arcade controls and the touchscreen for gameplay. You can also plug in certain game controllers to play compatible Android apps if you feel like further messing up your playstyle. If you're into emulators, then you have the option to install an emulator app, such as MAME, and download and play ROMs. Not all Android games can be played with the arcade controls, as some games are touchscreen only. In general, any game that is compatible with a gamepad should be playable with the arcade controls, as the control panel pretty well acts like a gamepad. Check with the app developer if they offer gamepad support, or check out AndroidGamepadGames.com for a comprehensive list on gamepad-supported games for Android. Also worth noting is that the control panel can be switched between Android and console mode using a switch on the control panel. This is because some gamepad games are compatible only with Android gamepads, and others are compatible only with console controllers. So if the control panel isn't fully responsive with an app, you can try switching from Android to console mode, or vice versa. Another reason you would set the machine to console mode is if you want to take out the Android game box in the Game Wizard for Android and plug in and play PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PlayStation 3, or Xbox 360. To plug and play PlayStation 4 is really simple. Firstly, open the back panel of the machine and unplug the HDMI cable from the Android game box. Plug this into the PlayStation 4. Next, grab the double-ended USB cable which connects the arcade control board to the Android game box. By default, this is plugged into the USB hub. Just unplug them, then plug them into the USB ports on your PlayStation 4. Plug the power cable into the PS4, then plug the other end into the power board in the Game Wizard for Android. If you press the power button on the console, you'll see it boot up on screen. Last of all, you just need to plug a DualShock 4 controller into the Game Wizard for Android to activate the arcade controls. Plug this in on the control panel, you can now enjoy your PlayStation 4 games and apps in an arcade environment. So you can play games you have purchased on disc, such as Street Fighter V. And it plays great with the arcade controls. You really feel like you have an edge playing on a traditional style arcade cabinet. For full audio support, you can add in a HDMI audio extractor. If a second player wants to play, then they can plug a second controller into the control panel to play. When you're finished playing a game, you can exit back to the PlayStation main menu using the Home button. From here, you can select another game, such as one which you have downloaded installed to your console's hard drive. All the main buttons from the DualShock 4 controller are here. The only controls missing are the touchpad and analog sticks, but that's no drama, as you can switch to using the controller if you really need them. For arcade-style play with PS4, you can switch the function of the joystick from the left analog stick of the DualShock 4 controller to the D-pad, using the joystick D-pad switch on the control panel. As such, this cabinet is best suited to arcade-style games, such as platformers, fighting games, and other 2D style games. And say you want to play some of your Xbox One games with the arcade controls. You can switch the consoles in the same way. Simply take the HDMI cable, plug it into the Xbox, then take the two USB cables and plug these in. Then connect the Xbox to power and turn it on. Then you just need to plug the Xbox controller into the control panel to activate the arcade controls. And you're ready to play! Once again, you can use the joystick to select the game to play from the Xbox menu. Once you're done, you can exit with the Home button and play more games. And you may have downloaded some games to your Xbox consoles, so you don't even need to change discs to change game. But say you're dying to play PlayStation 3. Well, you can connect it to the machine in the same way. HDMI cable, USB cables, power, turn it on, connect the controller. And you can now enjoy your PS3 games catalogue in an upright arcade cabinet. It's the same story for playing Xbox 360. You can quickly swap the HDMI cable, USB cable, power on the console, plug in the controller, then enjoy your Xbox 360 collection also. When the machine is set up for Android mode, you can also swap the Android game box for a Raspberry Pi or a PC. Again, it's just as simple as taking the HDMI and USB cables from the Android box and plugging these into the PC, then powering it up. Then you have access to your PC games library. And you can have quite an extensive collection of games on PC, such as through platforms like Steam. So it really expands your gaming options with the machine. The Game Wizard for Android doesn't just have to be used for arcade gaming. You can also use it to browse the internet. Or you can set it up as a social media hub. Install your favourite music apps and use it as a jukebox. The Game Wizard for Android is packing stereo speakers and a subwoofer. For convenience sake, there is a volume dial on the front of the machine for easy loudness control. It's also a quick and easy way to enjoy some of your favourite movies, especially when using the included remote control. You can look up videos on your favourite apps or you can plug a USB into the control panel and play media from there. So, with all of these features, you can really see how the Game Wizard for Android offers not only endless gaming options, but endless entertainment options. Thanks for watching! Check out Arcooda's website and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more on this incredibly versatile gaming machine.